What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back on the Saturday. No match day preview, whatever. Week off. We're back next week with a big one. Away to Lazio to meet Tudor at his new job in a game we need to win. However, we will talk about that in in the following days, basically. Starting from next week, we will preview the big run towards Champions League or Europa League, whatever it will be, basically. But in this video, we're going to talk about basically two players in different scenarios need to get their act together. One is Rabiot with his contract situation because it's getting a bit ridiculous now, in my opinion. And the other one is Dean Huijsen, who is he needs to find a management because it's getting a bit out of hand right now ever since the move didn't happen to Frosinone. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Before we do that, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump straight into the news. First off, Rabiot, because out of contract again, because we gave him a new deal, 1 year, last season, and that's it. So we need to renegotiate or do a new deal with Rabiot. That's the situation. The situation is also that he is still demanding for at least 7.5 million euros. So basically the same wages he's on now. And keep in mind, we paid him that last season. On top of that, we paid his mother the signing bonus, and we'll probably need to do that again this season. It's going to be one of the worst deals, in my opinion, we have been doing in the last couple of seasons. All in all, like that deal could reach close to ridiculous numbers if you actually deep it. However, he spoke in training camp with the French national team, and he had this to say. So he was asked about his future because he will always get asked about his future because he's out of contract, And actually, even with a contract, he will ask about that. He will be asked about that. He said, "My future, I haven't decided anything yet. I'll have to think about it carefully. It's an important decision for my career, especially considering I'm reaching a particular age. Next year, we should return to the Champions League and compete in the Club World Cup. These will be significant factors in my decision. We will discuss it with the club at the end of the season. We'll see at that time." Now, I've said it so many times. I don't like that. The fact that I don't know what, like this for me, the decision is based on if Allegri is going to stay there. Because if Allegri is not going to stay there, I think the club is open in keeping Rabiot. I don't think they have an issue. Even if Allegri is gone, I still believe they want to keep Rabiot. However, not on the wage. He's not a 7.5 million euro player. Actually, nobody in the squad is. But like I said so many times, his contract is up. So you're not forced to pay him that money. It's a ridiculous wage for what he offers. Just on the field, like technical ability, whatever, it's not even close to that amount of money. It's ridiculous if you sign him to a 2-3 year extension on 7.5 million euros, because that's bad business. Because if you are going after a player who's even slightly better than Rabiot, his manager will look at that situation and he will say, Rabiot was on 7.5, we won 5 or we won 6 at least. If not, we have other options. That's how it works nowadays. That's how it works. Agents know how much players deserve. And I've defended Rabiot for so long, even when he was playing poorly. He had one very, very good season. This season, I don't think he's having a good season. I don't think that. He's been injured for the first time a couple of times. I'm not going to hold that against him because he's always been fit. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But just the games he has played, I think this season he started very slowly. He had a good period, injury, came back, not good again. So there's also not proof that there's nothing to go off and say, okay, you deserve that long-term deal. You cannot go off one season because he had one good, excellent season, basically. And that's it. How long is he here? 5 years? Sarri, Pirlo, 5 years. Like he came in when Sarri was a coach. So Sarri, Pirlo, 3 years Allegri, 5 years at the club, one very good season, and that's about it. That's not good enough. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. And again, I have nothing against Rabiot, but I have something against what he has become. Because at PSG, I don't know if people remembered him at PSG. He was a very exciting player, in my opinion. Technically, he looked much better. He looked more entertaining. He looked better on the ball. He looked just like a completely different player. Now he's turned into a very, how do you want to say that? Very basic, or like a very well programmed machine robot. However, the program is set on basic. And like I said, 7.5 million euros, that's not it. I don't like the situation. I don't like that it's going into, let's see, at the end of the season. We need to know who our midfield is going to be. We cannot waste months or weeks negotiating. Rabiot saying the club should be knowing by now, okay, it's not even possible because we're not going to give him the wage. He wants that wage. He could get that from a Premier League team. Then it's over. Then you should be moving on. Because, like, I don't know, like 4.5 million. If the club offers him that, will he take that? Probably not. He will get bigger offers. But if Rabiot says, yeah, like I will do that, I think the club will be like, okay, we will do another 2+3 or like whatever +1 type of contract. But as of now, I think I'm bored of the situation, to be honest, because I don't like a 1-year deal. I said it last summer, I was like, this is very strange. It's very weird. It feels like he's tying his future to Allegri, and maybe that's it. If Allegri's gone, he's like, I'm gone, because he made it very clear that he's actually here for Allegri. So no surprises there. However, it needs to be resolved. Like it just needs to be resolved. What also needs to be resolved is the following topic, and that's Huijsen. He needs to get a management team, and not his father, in my opinion, because ever since that no to Frosinone, the celebration against Frosinone, now this, he's in the spotlight way too much, but not for the good reasons, because he had some good performances at Roma and some bad performances, and he's an excellent player. He could be an excellent player. Like, all the abilities are there. However, if you're in the media for so many times, but it's not about football, something is up. So he did an interview with Gazzetta dello Sport saying that I'm going back to Juve, and then we will see. I prefer to stay there. They give me a chance, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what he got angry about, that maybe somebody read, like, everybody knows he's coming back to the club. He's on loan at Roma. He's going to return to the club. And he said that. What happens at the end, we will see. You never know. I want to stay because that's a club that believed in me. I want to stay there. Like, he said nothing wrong. He was asked the question, but he thinks, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is. He's like, oh, the media took advantage of, like, or the misquoted. Nobody misquoted you. The interview is there, but I'll read out part of the statement. He said, regarding my recent interview published by a prominent national newspaper where I addressed questions about my future and contract status, I wish to clarify that my responses were with honesty, respect. I openly discussed the current situation of my contract and acknowledged that football is unpredictable. He said, it appears that my words were mispresented with additional content attributed to me that I did not utter. He said, I'm focused on Roma, blah, 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 the usual stuff. He said, I kind of apologize to Roma, basically, because, what I said got misunderstood or something. And he said, I want to tell the truth, basically. I'm loyal to Roma right now. I'm fighting for the supporters. I'm happy to be here, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, like, that's just not needed. Like, why are you apologizing? Like, you were on loan. I know that. Roma know that. Juve know that. Every single Roma fan on this planet knows you're on loan and you're going back to Juve. If Roma wants to keep you, fine. You're still going back at the end of the season. If Roma cannot pay up, even if you're like, I want to go to Roma, and Roma like offer you 10 million euros, and Juve are like, no, it's 20. You pay up or you're not going to Roma. That's how it is. Everybody knows that. You don't need to apologize. The words were not misunderstood, in my opinion. Like, they were not like, how do you want to call it? They were not misquoted. Like, maybe somebody, like, but like every Roma fan read the paper. Like, I don't think every single Roma fan is on Twitter reading misquotes. Like, the articles are out there word for word. in my opinion. And you said nothing wrong. You said, I prefer to stay at Juve because they believed in me, basically. And I'm going back. That's just what it is. We don't need to apologize for that. Everybody knows that. But after the Frosinone thing, where the Frosinone coach, Di Francesco, the management, all in came out, said the way they acted with the deal was not okay. And then afterwards, celebrating against Frosinone, I'm like, come on. Like, you chose Roma, you said no to Frosinone. You cannot be beefing Frosinone. Like, you're playing for Roma and you're owned by Juve. Are you really gonna beef Frosinone? Like, that's weird. Also, this statement again. Then don't give an interview anymore. Like, just stop doing it at this point, because you talked about your future a month ago as well, and you kind of hinted towards that as well. Like, stop doing these things. Then, if you are scared to get like, if Vlahovic needs to come out, or Chiesa, or any of these players needs to come out every single time a lie or something out of context appears on social media, they will need to have 5 hours a day to focus on social media and dismiss every single thing out there. Like, you cannot do that. And he needs to learn that you cannot control social media. It is what it is. If somebody's going to misquote you, you can come out once, twice, but at one point you're just going to stop doing it, because the smart people will know, okay, it's a misquote, because it happens. It's social media. Stop doing that. Like, he's coming into, like, he's a good player. He should be in the news for his footballing ability, and not like, it looks weird. Like, it looks very weird. Just, I don't know, get a proper management who deal with these sort of things, because an entire statement and then backtracking, and I'm like, you're kind of making it worse. Like, it comes across very weak and strange. Like, just get it together, play football, and that's it. In the summer, you come back, you thank the Roma fans and the board from Roma, and you move on. You play for Juve. Maybe not. Who knows? But that's how it is. You said nothing wrong. You just got, I don't know, maybe some stick from Roma fans, but, like, come on. Like, this is football. Like, it's going to happen. You cannot keep everybody happy. You're playing for Roma on loan. Everybody knows that. It is what it is. But, yeah, man, get it together. Like, great talent, but you need to be in the media for your footballing ability and all those things that happen on the pitch. Not, I don't know, like, statements on that interview. I'm like, whatever, But it happened, and it will probably happen again from now until the end of the season. That's it for me. Like the video. Tomorrow I will have a podcast out with Anthony from Inter Worldwide, so check that one out, definitely. And I'll probably be live again on Sunday evening as well, so stay tuned for that one as well. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao.